Hey, good afternoon, everybody, from Disney's Hollywood Studios. Today, we're going to go through and experience Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus and Lightning Lane for the very first time. If you're unfamiliar with what those terms are, I'll give you a brief explanation. Disney Genie is the new software in the My Disney Experience app that is supposed to help the average day guest maximize their time and waiting in line at the Disney attractions in the park in which they are in. So in other words, if you come to the park on any given day, having done no pre-planning, if you put in your likes and interests and things that you would like to do, the Disney Genie software will create a plan for you based on those likes and interests and guide you in a way where you will spend the least amount of time waiting in line. So there's two extra components to this. There's Disney Genie Plus, which is a paid service. It's very akin to the old Fast Pass Plus system. And then there's Lightning Lane, which allows you on certain attractions to pre-purchase a fast pass for that attraction. So for instance, one of the more popular attractions everybody knows is Rise of the Resistance. That is not included in Genie Plus. The only way to experience that attraction without waiting in the standby line is through the Lightning Lane. It's $15 a person, so we're not talking about a cheap option. As a Disney Resort hotel guest, you're allowed to go on first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. and book your very first Disney Genie Plus reservation along with your Lightning Lane reservation. As a non-Disney hotel guest, as a Orlando local, as someone who's staying off property, you can make your first Disney Genie Plus reservation, Lightning Lane reservation, at park opening. For instance, today at Hollywood Studios, the park is open 9 to 9. So at 9 a.m., purchase Disney Genie Plus, which is also $15 per person. Now, Disney Genie Plus allows you to make a Lightning Lane Fast Pass for an attraction, gives you a return time. Once you have gotten to that return time and ridden that attraction, you can then make another one. Now, there are exceptions to this rule, and I'll explain that here in just a minute. I was also able to go on and make my Rise of the Resistance. So all in all, in addition to my annual pass, which I've already paid for, so that's the admission, as a guest, you don't have to pay anything other than the admission. But if you want to experience these two things, they're an additional cost. So today I've spent an extra $30. I only am doing this today just to see how the program works and to judge against the previous program. Thank you as always for coming along. Let's go do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold.
First thing this morning, I made my first Disney Genie Plus reservation. Now, it was for Slinky Dog Dash, and it wasn't until 5:40. So you think to yourself, well, I paid $15 to get these, but I can't get another one until after I use the first one. Disney has a 2-hour rule, meaning that when I booked that one this morning, I couldn't make another Genie Plus reservation for 2 hours after the park opened. At 9 a.m. is when I booked Slinky Dog Dash. That's for 5:40 this afternoon. And then at 11 a.m., which is 2 hours after park opening, I was able to book another one. So then I booked Hollywood Tower of Terror. Now that one starts at 12:45. So that one is in 2 minutes. I'm about to walk there. Once I get done with that one, I'll be able to add another one. So even though I have one in the future, you're still able to use the program. You just won't be able to make your second one until 2 hours after the park opens. I also have a Rise of the Resistance. Now that one's a lightning lane, and I just paid separately for that one. That one's at $6.50 tonight. So anytime between $6.50 and $7.50, I can go and ride Rise of the Resistance. That one cost me $15 in addition to the $15 that I paid for Genie Plus. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna walk down Hollywood Boulevard. We're gonna go ride Tower of Terror, and then as soon as I get done with Tower of Terror, I should be able to make another Disney Genie Plus selection. So let's see how it works out.
You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. You are about to discover what lies beyond the fifth dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination, in the Tower of Terror.
I got through Tower of Terror. It was pretty much just a walk on, just the pre-show room and then the boiler room and then right under the ride. After the pre-show, I was standing in the boiler room portion because it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to get through that. I was able to book my next Genie Plus Rock and Roller Coaster for $230. It's now $110. Also, one of the places that I haven't eaten is at Woody's Lunchbox. So I mobile ordered some lunch. It won't be available until $225 to $255. So I'm gonna have to play this real close to the vest because I'll have to jump on Rock and Roller Coaster and then ride it and then immediately rush over to Woody's Lunchbox and grab my lunch.
Some introduction.
Well, nothing's too good for my best buddy. I pulled out all the stops, lights, lasers, and smoke.
There was no smoke.
No smoke.
You want to say it's Lightning Queen?
Oh, well.
I got this feeling inside my bones.
So in the gift shop on the exit of Rock and Roller Coaster, they've removed Aerosmith from all of the merchandise. It's just generic Rock and Roller Coaster merch. So could be a sign. Alright, so I got the barbecue brisket melt and some potato barrels with the side of cheese. I wouldn't put that in the great category, but in the good category. And they put pickle on it, which I don't know why they ruined it with a pickle. It's barbecue, sweet barbecue with cheese. Why isn't it a pickle? Other than that, it's okay. So as for where we are and where we're going, at this moment in time, I have a Genie Plus return time for Toy Story Mania at 4:45 to 5:45. I've also got Slinky Dog from 5:40 to 6:40, and then my individual Lightning Lane, which I paid for this morning, is at 6:50 to 7:50. The wait time for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is 40 minutes. So if everything works out right, the ride didn't go down, something unforeseen didn't happen, I should be able to get in line for Mickey and Minnie's, ride that attraction, make my way to Toy Story Mania, ride that attraction using my Genie Plus, and then by the time I get off that one, it'll be almost time for my Slinky Dog ride. So if I work this out right, it should be able to go ride, back to back to back, and then it'll just be about an hour until my Rise of the Resistance, and at that point we're probably going to call it a day.
Ready for a picnic? Yep, we're off to the park. See you all later.
Nothing can stop us now. I don't know how, but we try.
Oh, hiya, folks. Want to take a ride on the train?
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you.
169,800 was my score this time. What's your best score? Put it down in the comment section right now. And have you done better than that? And if you have, what's your high score?
We were just broken, shattered, singing along to Nothing Matters. Stray around like nighttime momos. We were in too deep, in your worn out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young forever. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young forever.
Off Slinky Dog Dash at 5:50. Took about, I don't know, 8 minutes to go through the line and ride the ride. So that was quick. I made it over here to Galaxy's Edge. I have about 50 minutes before my Rise of Resistance time. So I thought I'd go over here and see how long it is for Millennium Falcon. If it's less than 50 minutes, I may jump in line and go. It's been a great day so far. I've got a lot done without much effort. So again, I'm gonna sort of reserve my thoughts till the very end, but so far so good. So standby wait time is 20 minutes for Smuggler's Run. Guess I'm gonna have to go.
truth. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the Resistance base is secure. Bravo! Yes, R5, you too.
7:36 and I'm out of the park heading back to the vehicle. That was a nice long day. It didn't seem like a long day, but it was a nice long day for me. We'll catch up when we get to the car. Okay, so after a full day here at Hollywood Studios, I've been sitting in my car trying to collect my thoughts, trying to decide what I was going to say. I think that it's a cop-out answer, and I apologize, but I really am going to have to give it more time to have a definitive opinion about Genie Plus and Lightning Lane. Today, I was able to ride every attraction in Hollywood Studios in about 7 hours. That was not rushed. That was with a meal and several other breaks during the day. I wasn't hurrying around from place to place, and I felt like today I got my money's worth. I rode Star Tours, I went to Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. I did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I did Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Toy Story Mania, Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, Slinky Dog Dash, and Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Of those rides, the ones that were the Genie Plus attractions, meaning the Fast Pass, the ones that I got a return time for, were Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Toy Story Mania, and Slinky Dog Dash. And then I had the individual pre-purchased Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. So 5 separate rides I just walked on. The only ones that I waited for were Star Tours, which was pretty much a walk-on, Lightning McQueen, which is a little show, walk-on. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was the only ride today where I really waited any real amount of time. It's about 45 minutes in line. Didn't have a Genie Plus for that one, so thought I would just work that one in. And again, everything after that lined up because of that. Because I did that, I was at the end of my return time for Toy Story Mania. So as soon as I got off of Toy Story Mania, my return time for Slinky Dog came up. So I rode Slinky Dog. So we got boom, 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 three in a row. And then about 50 minutes later was my Rise of the Resistance. So into the day with like 5 rides, pretty close together. So there are some attractions that we didn't do. There are some shows that we didn't do. But those are the headliners, the big rides. We got them all in. So the big question is it worth the money? For me, as a local, no, definitely not worth the money. If you are a family of 8 people and you're gonna spend an additional $30 a person, another $250 on top of all the tickets that you've already spent, and all the food that you have to buy, and all the drinks you have to buy, and all the snacks and the merch, is it worth another $250? Questionable. How often do you come? Do you come to Disney once a year? Probably, maybe not worth it. Do you come every 3 years, every 5 years? Yeah, definitely. Spend the money. Spend the money. So, will I be using it personally going forward? I will for the channel and some of the other parks. We'll experiment with it as it goes on. Disney's always making changes to things. I have no doubt that there will be changes to this program. Did get use out of it today. It did work out for me today. I'm just like any good experiment, I'm gonna have to repeat and see if I come up with the same result. Today was a win. Today Genie Plus did its job. Lightning Lane did its job. I was able to walk on like the old days with the Fast Pass. Again, like I mentioned earlier today, I would have been okay if Fast Pass never came back. I would have been okay if they introduced a program more like Universal's Express Pass, where you pay a fee and it gets you front of the line to every attraction once, or you pay a more fee and it gets you as many times. I think that program is better. You know what you're in for. It's less work on your end, but you know, that works for Universal. It doesn't work for Disney. Guys, thank you as always for coming along. This was all in all a really, really good day. I had a wonderful time. Weather was great. Felt good outside. Didn't have the greatest lunch today, but that's okay. You can't win them all. I love the Disney food and the snacks. Tried not to have any snacks today, so all I can judge on today is just that sandwich from Woody's lunchbox. So anyway, guys, thank you as always. If never lost, then never found. So go get lost.